I had like 100 songs for my new project, but I'm now whittling it down to less than 20.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
You just made me say holy moly on camera. Damn it, Nelly.
Holy moly.
As a Canadian, as a music fan, like I love music. So to see the 2023, 2024 version of Nelly, it's so satisfying. It's so exciting. So is it as exciting for you as it is for us? Because obviously everybody just welcomed you back. Does it feel as good for you as it does for us?
Yeah, it feels really amazing because I'm definitely like really living in the moment, and I genuinely feel more creative than I've ever felt. Like I feel really like in the zone and really locked in and laser focused.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm blending my talent with my creativity and my brain, and it's all coming together in a really beautiful way, and it's very satisfying. It's very satisfying watching new fans come into the mix and old fans come into the mix, and that celebration's been fun for me too. Yeah, it feels nice to feel supported in that way and celebrated for sure.
Yeah, that right there is like literally, if you were to plan out your career, you want to be able to keep the old faithfuls, but then also really garner that attention of the new age and be like, oh my God, yeah, she's the ish. You know?
It's really neat. I think it first like occurred to me that I was making new fans through new mediums, new social mediums and social realms. When I first saw someone like dressed up like me for Halloween a couple of years back, I'm like, whoa, this girl's really dressed up like the Maneater video. Right. The song is playing and I'm thinking, wow. And that happened again this year when people were dressed up like Dom Dalla and at Lollapalooza. I was like, whoa, that's deep. Yeah, so it's cool. It's very, very cool.
Isn't that a big compliment to be a Halloween costume?
God, yes, it is a big compliment to be a Halloween costume.
You just gave me a new goal. I want to be a Halloween costume.
You need someone to dress up like a Halloween.
Like,
you'll be
if
like,
you
I
made
made
it, if you haven't been a Halloween costume.
Yeah.
That's like one of those things to achieve. If you're not a Halloween costume, you're kind of not popular.
I felt very accomplished with the Halloween costumes.
For sure.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll put my set list together for a show, and I knew I was playing this really cool festival at the Stampede that's it's like, I think, who was playing? I think Jack Harlow played the night before. I didn't know who the audience would be, but I came out. It was mostly pretty young people, like in their early 20s.
Yeah.
And Powerless was on the set list. And when I say every hand in the air, every person singing along, it kind of blew my mind because sometimes I don't realize how much exposure some of my music has had. I don't realize until I'm playing it live and I see the kids singing it and sort of every generation. It's really cool.
Well, I mean, I feel like you've got to really give yourself that credit and pat yourself on the back for being like, everyone can make a hit song, but when songs become like they get thrown into that timeless category, that's a whole other ball game. So that's gotta feel good.
It feels good because it's become so fun, and I really have to say, I feel like part of the influence of me coming back to the business is almost like the DJs kept remixing my songs. So I kept hearing versions of Say It Right that were popular.
Right.
Give It To Me, Maneater, and I was like, wow, they keep remixing this stuff. I have to make new stuff.
Right.
And then, so it does feel so good because now when I approach it, I am understanding people like to have fun to my music. They like to party to my music. It's a celebration. It's a celebratory type of energy. And once I leaned into that celebratory energy, I think it made me just appreciate my whole career so much more. And really then you're able to receive the love and you're able to receive that and be like, great, I make you feel positive. Like this is a positive vibe. Like this is so great. This has paid off. Like putting that much. I tried to, as much as I could, every album I've made, to put positive intention into my music, because I think I'm a positive person.
Right.
So I always felt like if I'm putting something into the world, I want to make it positive. So and at least have the intention of positivity. So I'm glad that that's paid off.
Wow, that is something that I always say. It's like you have to contribute the type of energy that you want to receive to the spaces you occupy. So if you are a positive person and that's what you're putting out with your music and you always have been, of course it's going to come back around like that.
I try my best, and I'm also like a lot more grateful. I think I'm just really grateful that I get to be sing. Like people ask me, don't you get sick of singing this song or that? I say, no, I can genuinely say I don't. Like I really when I now get to sing these songs live, it almost feels like I'm doing karaoke, and everyone has fun at karaoke.
Of course, yeah.
And then everybody's involved, and it's like it really is a party.
I love that. I love that because we've also seen the opposite of that, where fans are saying, "Oh, we want this song. We want you to perform this song." It's like, oh, I hate this song. I'm tired of that song. I'm not performing that song. Won't name any names, but we've seen artists do that over the years. But it's like, but that song gives us so much joy. Like, why wouldn't we want to sing it today? Because the present is what we have to like really hone in on, right? Like, the past has happened. Future's not promised, but right now, if we're here, and we're living, that in itself is a miracle. That in itself is a blessing.
Yes.
Let's just enjoy it.
Yeah, and give the people what they want.
Give them what they want.
I'm an entertainer.
Yeah.
It's literally my job.
For sure.
To make people smile, you know?
Yeah. No, and you're doing a great job of it. We're like, obviously I'm lucky enough to chat with you today because we've got the Junos coming up, and you've done this before. 17 years ago, I believe you did it, and you're getting back on that Juno stage. Are you? How do you feel about?
We started preparing the music. It's hard putting all the moments I want in one little one. We're opening the show, but it's gonna be so exciting.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like, it's just like old and new coming together, and just really owning it again, like unapologetic, just like. You know?
Mm-hmm. I was about to ask you if you were excited, but the smile was so big. I think it's safe to say you're excited to get back on that stage.
I'm very excited.
Good.
It has been actually it's 2000. So 13 years.
Yeah.
About 13.
2007, you were back in
16 years. Sorry.
Saskatoon, and you won a bunch of awards that night as well. What was that night like for you? So
Saskatoon, yeah. Oh my God. I remember the Tragically Hip were there, and I was so starstruck. I'm like, oh, it's Gord Downie.
Yeah.
That was a good Junos. That was a really great Juno Awards. It was a lot of work hosting and performing, but so worth it. Just unforgettable memories.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like what would you say is like your relationship with music now? Because obviously you have a great foundation. But like now, I think that's kind of where I want to focus. Like, what's your relationship with music now?
Oh my God, it's so present. I'm that person who's constantly like obsessed making new playlists on my phone. I go back and forth, playlists, sharing songs with like DJs, talking to DJs all the time. Like we're coming up with new ideas, new song. I'm in the studio all the time. I'm always collaborating with new people.
Yeah.
It's like my relationship with music is super like alive. Now more than ever, very vibrant, very current, very just inspired. There's so much I want to say and do, and I had like 100 songs for my new project, but I'm now whittling it down to less than 20.
Holy moly!
Yeah.
You just made me say "holy moly" on camera. Nelly.
Holy moly.
Whoa, Nelly. You made me say "holy moly" on camera because that's incredible. Over 100 songs.
Yeah, 100 songs.
You've got a lot to say.
Got a lot to say. I started about 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And now we're in the fine-tuning stages. And I can say to you, my album is almost complete.
Yes.
And new music's coming out weeks away from new music.
Really?
Yeah. And we'll continue through the summer.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. So now I understand when you're preparing for the Junos, it's hard to. You've got so much to say. It's hard to.
I know, because we might play a little bit of a new song at the Junos.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
yeah. But of course, the hits, as well.
Okay, I'm gonna say this because for anybody that would be watching this would be like, wait, you got a chance to talk to Nelly and you didn't talk about the fashion and how good she looks, and
fashion,
you've been killing it, and
Thank
it
you.
seems like just as the music seems like you're enjoying it and having fun with the fashion. So, have you started preparing the looks for the Junos yet? Of course, right?
Of course. I'm hoping I have 30 looks. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm about to say holy moly again.
We're whittling down from 30 looks.
Yeah.
30 costume changes.
Yeah.
On stage, it's going to be, rock and roll, you know? We're going to give you mini Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
As you should.
Yeah, of course. I love costumes. I love dressing up. I've loved dressing up since I was a kid, we grew up going to church every Sunday, so you got to dress up.
I promise you, this is where I always say I'm my mother's child, and like I would go and get my nails done with my mom, And come Sunday, you know, to me there was church pants and there was church shoes, and like that meant like that was the best stuff that I had.
Yeah.
And I love putting it together.
Yeah, you love dressing up. Yeah.
I do.
I really love fashion. I always have. Yeah.
Seeing you in Paris, Skims, magazine covers, how much are you enjoying just being able to contribute that way and participate in that way?
It's been kind of mind-blowing, just kind of like being able to be at this point in my life where I am personally in terms of my own personal self-love and confidence. I'm a 45-year-old woman. I'm very empowered. I'm feeling like really in my element.
Yes.
And to be offered things that maybe 20 years ago I would have been too shy to try. Now I'm like, sure, you only live once. I'm here. Let's try new things. Let's grow, because I grow from every opportunity.
Yeah,
Whether
definitely.
it's like a new campaign or just like just putting myself out there more in a different way.
Yeah.
I think in a way the industry is almost more fun now because there's more cross culture or just things combining, like you know, like fashion, beauty, music, everything is like one thing now.
Yeah.
And I really like that.
Do you feel as good as you look? Because you look incredible right now.
Oh my God.
I feel like just your presence right now,
you.
it just means so much to us. And we're just so happy to see you shining and winning again. But I wanted to ask you, do you feel as good as you look?
That's a very sweet question. I do feel
good.
Yes.
Yes.
I do feel good. I feel like, yeah, I'm just kind of like dancing now, you know? I get to kind of like think less and just live a little more.
I love that.
I'm at a place where I get to think less and like live a little more, which I'm really enjoying.
I love that you describe that as dancing though.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's one thing to like create the music and you know your crew knows the music, but then seeing people dance to the music and dance through life, like that does symbolize something of joy.
Yeah, and we're also like competing with ourselves, right? Like I'm just competing with myself now. Like I always feel like the way I approach work or life or whatever is like, oh, did I try my best? Did I do everything I could do? Did I put in all the effort? So then by the time you hit the stage, your work is done. The rest is I detach, you know? It's up to God. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? You just detach. So I've learned to detach more, and it's really helped me be more happy.
That way of thinking is just so healthy.
Yeah, because like you can only control yourself.
Yeah.
So I just, but I can be critical of myself. But I try to be. You gotta forgive yourself too and be gentle. It's that balance. It's a dance.
It's a dance. And
I love dancing.
Like the video? Then hit the button, or better yet, drop us a comment. Then check out our latest videos here, and don't forget to subscribe by hitting the button here for more celebrity interviews and entertainment news.